Hey folks, I'm going to give you a quick debrief on Game On Day 2. Um, did manage to get some pickup games. I'm sorry, there's going to be a little bit of echo. I'm in a big room right now that I'm using to do this video, so I'll try to speak softly so that I don't create too much echo. Did manage to play some games today. They were, I guess it's really just 2 games in totality. So other than just chatting and hanging out with friends and having a good time, did get into a game of, I believe it was called Warpgate. And I think I took a couple of pictures. Maybe I'll get them posted up on the channel here. But did play a game of Warpgate with 5 other people, sort of a pickup game situation. Now, Warpgate is a 4X sci-fi game that would probably remind you a little tiny bit of Twilight Imperium, but is about like an eighth of the complexity and probably takes about an eighth of the time to play it, which is actually maybe a strength for the game because it gives you that sci-fi expanding territory across hexagons that you're evenly split across all the players, and you're jockeying to get victory points, which can come from a number of different sources. All of that is in the game. So but much lighter, much faster playing than something like Twilight Imperium, and it was a fun game. It was a fun game. I managed to eke out a win with my faction. I played the nomadic human faction and ended up not really using any of their nomadic mechanics, but just had good combos of abilities and technology, and I managed to get a lot of trade items that gave a lot of victory points based on the things that I was doing with them, and managed to achieve several objective cards, which in that system, when you conquer territory or at least you establish colonies, you can get these objective cards. They give you things to accomplish, and you get a boatload of victory points if you achieve those. Mine were reasonably easy to achieve, or at least I managed to get them accomplished, and all the other aggregate victory points together put me just a little bit out ahead of everybody else, and I won that. So that was fun. It was a good game. I appreciated the guy Ben who kind of taught the table how to play. So you're able to have the game taught to you, and you can play it very effectively, very quickly. And we did that for a few hours, and that was a good time. And then we took a break for lunch and was hanging around with my buddies, and we managed to get together a game of Black Orchestra, which I didn't bring. I only had with me because my wife had made it to the convention and had brought some games from home that I asked her to, and we had Black Orchestra on hand. And so I taught that to a few of my friends who had never played Black Orchestra before. And for those maybe who don't know what Black Orchestra is, it is a cooperative game where you are playing members of the Third Reich trying to plot to kill Hitler. And it's a fun game. It can, you can tell some funny stories about the way the games go. Our first attempt failed, and we all got arrested by the Gestapo, and so that was a game failure. We tried again, and now that the people who had played understood how the game mechanics worked and kind of how you work together to accomplish the goals, we managed to, on the second playthrough of Black Orchestra, we did well. We were getting to a pretty good spot where we could execute a plot against Hitler in the early game, which usually is hard to do because you have to get your motivation high. We managed to do that, and we kind of had our eyes on launching an attempt, and then the military campaign stuff kicked up, and he had too much support, and we weren't going to be able to do it. Then the mid-game, mid to late game started to get underway, and we tried one plot with the lone gunman plot card and failed, but didn't get discovered, so that was okay. We bounced back from that, and we actually launched a successful coup d'etat and arrested Hitler at the Berlin train station, which was a very fun-feeling victory on that one. We were playing standard difficulty, and we did reasonably well to get that accomplished on the second playthrough, and that's all we did, but that was a hoot. And now this late in the day, I think we're I'm wrapping up my time. I'm kind of, to try to fit something in now, it'd be like maybe shorter games, and some of the games that have open spots at their tables are really not games I'm interested in, or they're very Euro-y games, and I can play Euro games. I don't mind Euro games, but this late in the day, I don't have the wherewithal to worry about trading who's its, what's its for random victory points and oddball mechanics. I just don't feel like doing that this late. So um, that's it. That's day 2 for me, and really the last big day of game awning for me. So I am swapping places with my wife. She's going to go play some games. She's playing, I think she was supposed to play some Fire in the Lake. I don't know if that's still happening. She's going to be playing the Commands and Colors Tricorn, and I think there's a couple other things she may have spooled up. I'm not sure. I'll be on dad duty and taking care of some things, while she gets to game. And so I'm not gonna have anything to show tomorrow, I don't think. But we will have more to talk about and show in, I guess it would be on Saturday. I would hope to get something, but it probably won't be a lot of coverage. We'll maybe just talk about some things that are going on. And yeah, so, and then I guess Sunday we'll probably have some commentary to come back on Sunday, because that'll be more family game day. So we'll probably be playing some games with my wife and daughter and others who want to join our pickup game, something like that. Maybe what's going on Sunday. It's a little too early to tell, but I hope to be back, in the game rooms sometime Saturday afternoon and evening, to at least see what's going on and talk about what's going on. Show off maybe the games that my wife is playing and up to at that point. So anyway, that's it, guys. Game on day 2, 2025. Not as much direct coverage to show you. This is more just a wrap up of what's gone on in the day, and we're having a good time. It's always a good time here at Game On. Really good convention. It's small enough that you get to know the people, and you see them every year. And this is Game On's, I think, like 13th year. I want to say 13th year, and I've been coming to Game On for like, I don't know, I want to say like 10 years. So I've only missed a few. I've been at the majority of them, and I've always enjoyed the time. So if you're watching this, if you've never been to a convention of any sort, I encourage you to look and find the conventions in your area. Hopefully there are some, and it's worth going to see the community in your local area and hopefully make some good connections. So yeah, we'll see you later, guys. Take care. Keep gaming.